What's up, guys? King Rich finally bringing that Nightblade build that everyone's been asking for. This is it. It's finally here. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. This is an Imperial Nightblade. 62 points are going to go into health, and this is also a werewolf build Nightblade. The Mundus that I'm using is the tower until 1.7 comes. Then we're going to switch over to the serpent, I believe it is, for even more stamina recovery. So we're sitting at 34, almost 35k health, almost 13k maximum magicka, and basically 22k maximum stamina with 2000 stamina recovery. Now I am running food right now, but if you want, you can run drinks with this, no problem. I'll show you what it will look like if you did actually run drink. Your stats will sit like this. You get a ton of recovery. You still have a ton of health. You still have nice stamina. And also, when you buff up, you get really good weapon damage. Enough to kill anybody. Shield stack and swords, it doesn't matter. You'll be able to take them out. So yeah, that's what it will look like if you were to run drink. I think drink is a bit overkill. You do not need this much recovery, but this is set up for 1.7 changes, so when 1.7 changes do hit, you will be prepared for them. So let's hop into the armor sets. I am running 4 pieces of the Shadow Walker set. That's 2 rings and boots and legs. This is going to give you weapon damage, maximum stamina, and stamina recovery. This set is really good. It may be expensive, but if you can afford it, go for it. Get it. It's going to help you a lot. Then our other accessory is the Covenant's Choker, which is the Potentates set. And we're going to double this with the shield from that set to get the 2-piece bonus of stamina recovery. So you get stamina recovery from those two. Then we're going to run a MasterSword on our sword and board bar for puncture hills and basically sustain DPS. You can constantly pressure people with puncture, and it works really well. And then our two-hander, we're going to go with the Master's Greatsword. Now I do have a sharpened greatsword. If you do use a greatsword, you want to use sharpened. The reason why I have infused is because I'm not attacking that much, and it's more for buffs, and I want the higher weapon damage on the enchantment. Our other sets, 2-piece Morag Tong. It's really expensive, but if you want to build a nice Nightblade, you have to pay the money. So 2 pieces of that is going to get you some more weapon damage. We're running 1-piece Bloodspawn. Shoulders, this is also all 7 pieces is medium armor. This is going to give you recovery and cost reduction. So yeah, Bloodspawn shoulder. Then we're running chest and head of the air. This is also going to give you more stamina recovery. Now there's other ways you can tweak this. You can drop off a piece of Shadow Walker boots and then go Morag Tongue hair, and then switch this to like Night Silence. Put the Shadow Walker pendant there, lose that set, and then put Night Silence on that also. So there's a few things you can do to move this around. Right now I don't have Vigor, but I do want to run a Master's Dagger with this build. No questions asked. I want to do dual wield with this build with Master Dagger and a Dominion Sword or a Covenant Sword for the stamina recovery with this necklace. But until I get Vigor, I'm forced to run a 2-hander. But it works really well with a 2-hander, just fine. You're not gimped at all from not having Vigor with this build. It just works. And if you do have Vigor, you have more options. You can run a bow. You can run a 2-hander, dual wield. You can do whatever you want. Double sword and shield. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want if you have Vigor. So until then, this is how the setup is. So let's go ahead and hop into the abilities. Ransack, number 1 ability. This is going to heal you because we do have a MasterSword. It only costs 524 stamina, which is basically nothing with the recovery that I have, which is why I'm able to run food because this is the main ability I'm using, and it doesn't cost anything. It also lowers the enemy's armor and raises your armor. So this is a constant debuff that's on them 100% of the time because you're constantly spamming this ability. And you also want to animation cancel. You don't just want a whole block and spam this ability. You want to animation cancel with a light attack, puncture, bash, light attack, puncture, bash. And once you master that combo, you'll be able to do about 8 to 10k DPS on your target. Number 2 ability, Ambush. Ambush is your gap closer. It's also going to give you Empower, which increases your damage of your next attack by 20%. Also, it immobilizes the player for 1 second. So if they're trying to run away or they're rolling and you hit them with this, it pauses them for that 1 second and it opens them up for a mass hysteria fear. So this works out really good as a gap closer, and it also boosts your damage by a ton. Defensive stance. This is a really good ability for reflecting spell projectiles. It also passively increases your block mitigation by 8% and reduces the cost of blocking by 8% passively when it's slotted. So this is a really good ability to have on your bar. Number 4 ability, Expert Hunter. You want to morph this into Evil Hunter. This comes from the Fighter's Guild skill line. I didn't get the morph yet, but once I do get it morphed, it's going to go to Evil Hunter. And Evil Hunter is going to give your attacks a 15% chance to cause an additional 3,500 damage. That's unbuffed. It does scale off stamina and weapon damage. So when you get your weapon damage and your stamina higher, it will do even more damage. But just having this on really hurts people. Also, it helps you see undead, and it increases your crit damage. This is a crit deal. This is a crit build. You're gonna have over 50% crit on both of your bars, so you're gonna crit non-stop with this build. It also restores stamina when you're damaging undead and danger, so that helps a lot. Number 5, Fear. I mean, it's the best CC in the game. It's really insane. It reduces movement speed by 53% for 4 seconds. It also it also affects them with minor maim, which reduces damage by 15%. So you're gonna have this on people a lot, and when they CC break in and they try to fight back, they're not gonna do much damage. It just really opens people up. This ability is amazing. It stops people from perma blocking, perma rolling. It burns resources, and it opens people up for you to do a ton of damage with your burst. Ultimate, Incapacitating Strike. You can go with Soul Harvest or Incapacitating Strike. Both of them work good, but this is the best single target ultimate in the game. No questions asked. It does 6,000 magic damage and increases your damage against them by 20%. So when you use this, you get a damage bonus by 20% for 6 seconds. And then on top of that, you put a healing debuff on them that stops their healing or reduces their healing by 30% for 6 seconds also. And with Incapacitating Strike, if your health was lower than the enemies, they will also be stunned for 3 seconds. You're not really lower than the enemy much with this build, but I have seen that stun go off, and it has helped me, so I'm running Incapacitating Strikes. Also, when you use this, that 20% stacks with the 20% from Ambush. So what I like to do is ambush in, Fair, Soul Harvest, Ambush, and then I'll maybe swap to my two-hander bar, or I'll just add some animation combos with Ransack and get that 40% damage buff on my next attack, and it helps a lot. Hopping on to the two-hander bar. Right now I have Uppercut here. You can slot Executioner if you choose, or Uppercut or Surprise Attack, whatever you choose. The reason why I have Uppercut here is basically for sorcerers. Uppercut is going to blow through those damage shields, and also if they try to kite you around mines, the 7-meter range that Uppercut has will allow you to hit them while they're trying to kite you around mines, so it'll just help you in the long run. So Uppercut is a really good ability. Caltrops. This is going to work with Evil Hunter. It's an AoE dot, basically, a ground-based AoE, and it does 488 physical damage. And this is all unbuffed. I'm not buffed up, so all this stuff increases in damage when you do use your abilities like Soul Harvest, Ambush, Rally. It also reduces their movement speed, and it also brings people out of stealth. So if you're fighting a Nightblade, you just get these Caltrops on the ground. You stay inside the Caltrops. You don't have to worry about that Nightblade sneaking around on you. So that's why I remove Piercing Mark for Caltrops. It basically gets the job done. Blur, or Double Take, I should say. This basically increases your dodge chance by 20% for 26 seconds. Also grants Major Expedition, increasing movement speed by 40% for 4 seconds. So this is going to help you get out of sticky situations. This is also going to increase your survivability because you are going to be dodging a lot of attacks with this ability. Rally. This is a really good heal. And being as though you have so much sustain on your sword and board bar, Rally seems to like tick really low before you actually need to pump it, so you get huge heals from Rally. And it also increases your weapon damage by 20%. Number 5 ability is Dark Cloak. This removes dots. This is going to help you escape. This is going to just help you in so many different situations, but I mainly use it to remove dots. When you're fighting a DK, they'll like put Unstable Flame on you. fiery breath or somebody will put any type of dot on you, you can just cloak it, get that dot off of you, and then go back to fighting. I don't really use this build in stealth much. It's more of an in-your-face melee DPS build, but it works really well. Soul Tether. I love this ability. It hits really hard. It's basically like an AoE Soul Harvest. And what it does is it stuns them for one, and it also heals you. So if you get a bunch of people around you, they're trying to gang up on you, you pop this Soul Harvest, you're going to take people to at least half health. If they have about 20k health, which is what people have average, because when you're buffed up, this is going to hit for 10 to 12k guaranteed. So you get that AoE, you drop everybody around you to half health. You can just go to work. You can either Wrecking Blow, Ransack. You can do whatever you want. Evil Hunter or finish them off. It just works really, really well. So that's basically the abilities. Let's hop into the champion tree so I can show you guys how I'm set up right now. For the champion tree, we're going to want to stack into Warlord. We're going to get 8% on Warlord. You're going to need this for your stamina cost reduction. So you want at least 8% in the Warlord. Then we're going to go and we're going to start stacking into Mooncalf. We want to get about 12% in the Mooncalf because we do need that stamina recovery. All that stamina recovery with Werewolf, Nightblade, all those passes are going to stack, and it's going to help a lot. Then we're going to stack 26 points in a Tumbling. And then moving on, we don't need anything from there. We want to go into Blade Expert. You can also go into Bow Expert if you are using a bow. I'm not using a bow right now, so we're going to stack 30 points in the Blade Expert to unlock this passive right here. That is going to help a lot. Then we are going to go ahead and put 1 in the Precise Strikes, 1 in the Piercing, and then we're going to stack the rest of this stuff in the Mighty for that physical damage buff. So I will be updating this build, giving you guys updates on the champ tree and everything. I'm new to Nightblade just like you guys may be also, and this build is a little bit unique, so you guys might need help. Block Expertise. We're going to stack a ton into Block Expertise. We're going to go for about 20% block cost reduction. You're going to be blocking a lot, and then with those updates that's coming with 1.7, you want to be prepared for that. So let's get 20% in the Block Expertise, and then we're going to go over and we're going to pump into Hardy. Let's get about 10% from Hardy. We ran out of points. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you stack in the Block Expertise, start going for Hardy. And then you can go with... Actually, you can go with Elemental Defender. I'm going to try that for a minute, because I haven't really tried Elemental Defender. But I know I'm going to be going Vampire and 1.7 for sure, because they're going to nerf that fire debuff. So let's start with Elemental Defender and see how that works. Guys, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys on Twitch. Twitch.tv/KingRichard15. See you guys soon. I'm out of here.